Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this special edition of Hang 10 with me running it rather than Pete. Now, Pete's up in Canberra playing in our National Open teams. So far, they're doing well, 2 wins on the board, so hopefully that continues on. So please send through your questions if you have them. It's been a scorcher of a day here in Melbourne, don't know about the rest of you. Send your questions through and we'll get going, and let me know if you have any decisions that are different than mine. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so pass to me to start with, and what do I have? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, a 15 count with a balanced hand. I'll just start off with 1 no trump. And partner didn't even want to bid over 1 no trump. Now, they're showing 2 diamonds, so Capoletti, they're showing both of the major suits. Yeah, so I could make a takeout double here to show the minors if I wanted to. I think I might just pass though. Oh, 4 spades. That got high very quickly. Hopefully we might be an okay chance to take this off. I know that what will probably happen is that West is going to be roughing hearts potentially. But that being said, my partner didn't want to transfer to hearts too. Who knows? We'll see what it happens. So just checking, it is 5-5 in the major suits for East, which is good information to work on in the defense. So we'll see what lead partner gets off to. The Jack of Diamonds. Interesting that, good to see the robots are breaking the rules of their own system, showing 5-5. Partner's off to the Jack of Diamonds, so I know that the West is going to have the Ace and the Queen, which isn't exactly a good thing to know, because it means they will be able to pitch a club straight away, which is a bit of a shame, really. Alright, so we'll start going on this and we'll see how we go. Okay, so they've started on their spades. Now they're playing a club seems a little bit weird. I would have thought they might have wanted to actually start to take their discard of a club. He's probably got a good idea of the points that are around the deck though. So I've got to figure out what I want to do and how I'm going to defeat this contract. The question is, can I get to score my ace of clubs and also 3 heart tricks? Now, to score 3 heart tricks, I'd need West to have 3 hearts, giving my partner just 2. Interesting. I'm still worried about why they didn't take the diamond discard. Maybe it is that my partner actually underleads rather than overleads. We'll see. I do have a worry about starting to think about cashing my hearts, because the problem is that if I'm wrong here, I'm just going to be setting up their suit, which is just so bad for me. Just trying to think. I guess I can get my hearts later if they are coming. Where's the discard going to come from? So my time that I'm worried is that basically if any discards can happen from West, but that's not going to happen because they can't win any real tricks in the minors from this hand to be able to discard in this hand. It's whether there's enough minor suit tricks in West to be able to discard enough hearts from East. I really can't see that there would be. We'll play a diamond and see what happens. Yikes, maybe I should have ended up playing actually a spade. So now we'll just keep going with the hearts and we'll see what happens. Ah, beautiful. Ah, I could have, yeah. Beautiful, we did get to beat it. And they've got the last one. Okay, so beat them by 1. Glad to be on the board there. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so after the 2 diamond bid, which they do say shows 5-5 in the majors, I'd probably still bid it with the East hand. You do want to get in there, and if you can only show 5-5, I guess you've got to suck it up and do it. A lot of people would play that 2 clubs is used to show both majors. Now, after that, West has quite a good hand to jump to 4 spades. They know they've got a double fit in the major suits, and they know they can also play me for all the high card points, which is one thing that's really useful as the declarer. So here they know basically that if there was a diamond finesse that it was going to work, Also, they're going to know that the ace of clubs is on side. So I really like the 4 spade bid. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them today. All right, on to our next one. Oh, wow. Okay. 7-4, not a hand shape you pick up too often. What am I going to do with it? Now, an 8 count, can I bring myself to open it at 1? It's kind of like a 1 or 4 hand. I'm probably going to go with 4 here, just because my hand, although it's very strong, I am vulnerable against Knot and in second seat. So hopefully partner will know I've got quite a good hand here. This dummy comes down and we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot. Alright, so let's look at it. Now, if I think about sort of my losers here, I've got 2 losers in spades, no losers in hearts, no losers in clubs, and I've also I've got 2 losers in my diamond suit. So what I'm aiming to do here is I'm going to be able to hopefully use those clubs to pitch diamonds. So what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could take the finesse, but I don't really want to lose a heart just in case the king is offside. So I'm going to take that, and straight away I could, it's not really going to matter too much. I guess I might as well play a spade up now. And what have we got? We've got 8 of them. Let's play one, and we're going to hope that East is going to have a doubleton honor here. So basically I'm going to take the finesse, probably losing to West, and then when I get back in I'm going to put down the ace of spades and hopefully drop a doubleton honor in East is the plan. We'll see how we go. The other thing I could actually do here, which might even be better really. Ooh, 9 of spades, that's interesting. Maybe just thinking I should probably actually just give up on 2 spade tricks. So what I could do here is also win a spade, come out a spade. Then if they play diamond, diamond, when I get in, not draw the last trump, instead play my clubs. This basically gives me a little bit less risk that they won't be able to sort of trump my clubs when I try to take my discard. So I think I might actually do that. This 9 of spades does concern me, but so trumps might be breaking badly here, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, beautiful. They crashed their honors. Love that. Thank you, robots. Sweet. So now I've got the boss trump. This is wonderful. Cool. Haha. I got West suck it in. This is great. So now I'm going to get to win the rest of the tricks. Cross over to my clubs. And I'm going to get to discard my diamonds. Win the rest of the tricks. Beautiful. +1. Thank you, robots. So if we just take a look at this one, I opened 4 spades. It's kind of a 4 or 1 hand. I don't really like opening sort of 8 counts at the 1 level, but just on playing strength, this hand is so powerful. So what it is it's because it's got that 7-4 hand shape that you might actually want to treat it as an opening bid. Here, because I'm vulnerable against Knot and second seed, I'd probably, well, I did just open at 4 spades. If we reversed the colours, so I was the one that was not vulnerable and my opponents were, I'd definitely just open at 1 spade, because I think the hand play is just so powerful that it's too strong to open with a preemptive 4. This vulnerability though, 4 is great. Now, in the play, I got very, very lucky. Originally, so I won the ace of hearts. I didn't want to take a finesse here, even though they might be leading away from the king, just because I don't want to lose a heart and then end up going down in my contract where I only had 2 spades and 2 diamonds, and I knew I could pitch a diamond. So what I ended up doing, I thought about taking what we call the double finesse and playing for East to have doubleton honor in spades, but I was also worried that if that happened, the opponents could play a club, and if they did that, I'd have to take my discards now. So what I decided to do was win the ace and come out with another spade, and West got a little bit suck it in here. They had no real reason that they had to win their king. It was the boss trump, but they decided to go up with it for whatever reason. Normally it'd be because they wanted to play another heart to try to get a ruff. That would be a fully entitled reason to do it, but if that was the case, I probably So if I had the Queen of Spades, I probably would have taken a finesse. They might want to read into that. But then they decided to play a diamond, and it was all game over for them after that. Got to win my king, draw that last trump, and take my discards with the clubs. So pretty happy to get 11 tricks out of that one. Okay, let's get on to the next one. Alright, so here we are in first, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. I'm going to open this one no trump. If you swapped my hearts and my spades around, I'd probably just open at 1 diamond. And the reason for that is that I could bid a diamond and then I could bid a spade. Here, if I open a diamond and partner bids a spade, I don't really want to have to bid 2 hearts. I do have enough points to reverse, but I'd say my hand's actually going to be more suited towards no trumps. And I don't really want to describe it as that unbalanced when I do have the aces in both of the black suits. So I'm going to start off with 1 no trump. Partner Stamens, they double showing clubs, so I'm just going to show my hearts. I assume that's sort of what I'm showing here. Beautiful. And partners put me into 4 hearts. Okay, they had rebiddable clubs, but they don't have a strong club suit. I am very worried that there might be a club ruff on though. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. Alright, so my losers, I've got my 1 heart to lose, I've got no spades to lose, and I've got a bonus winner. Hopefully I've only got 1 diamond to lose, and I've got no clubs. Now, one thing I might be worried about is that it could be a singleton club, but then again, that'd give ace an 8 card suit. So it's probably not really all that viable, I guess, that it's going to be a singleton. If we had more clubs and I thought it might be a singleton, one sneaky move that I might have is that if East and West both have at least 3 spades, what I could potentially do is, before drawing trumps, possibly pitch a club on a spade, but I don't think that it's a singleton, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Alright, no reason really not to draw trumps. Hopefully they don't break too badly with East having the rebiddable clubs. At some point I'm going to have to get started on the diamonds too. Alright. Okay, so hopefully my trumps aren't... Actually, it doesn't even matter really if my trumps break 4-1. Where do I want to win this? That's the real question. I think I might... Yeah, we'll win it in dummy. And we'll see what's going on with trumps now. Beautiful, they split. Okay, just thinking about how I'm going to play the diamonds. Draw the last trump. Which hand do I want to end in? Always good to think about it. Now, West made the double, and they don't actually have particularly sort of good clubs. What it means is it's probably going to be that the ace of diamonds is actually with the east hand. Coming back to think about that, I probably should have actually won the spade in hand. But what could we do? Okay. And I'm just going to play a... Okay, so just thinking about the hand here. So they've got three hearts that we've seen so far. And they've also got these rebiddable clubs. So if we give them, say, 6 clubs, 6, 2, 2, yeah, 6, 3... Alright, we might see what's going on here. Cash the ace of spades just to sort of unblock that. Okay, so they only had 1 spade. So if I start to think about the hand shape that Easter's got, they only had 1 spade. We know they had 3 hearts, so that gives them 9 cards in the other suits. Yeah, hopefully they're not 5, 4. I might end up with some problems here. What I might do, cash my ace. And this is going to basically mean that if East gets in, they're not going to actually be able to play a club back. Now I assume they've got the ace. Good news, they didn't have... Oh, easy game from here. Beautiful, they've given me the rough and discard. And it's all over for them. Everything's a winner. Great. 450. Okay, let's take a look at it. Alright, so here we had, I opened a no trump. Again, just saying that I had 16, it's enough to reverse. So I could have opened a diamond and then rebid 2 hearts as my reverse. But I didn't really want to describe it as that unbalanced because I did have the ace of both of the black suits. And I also did have a semi-balanced hand shape with the 5-4-2-2. What ended up happening, of course, partner Stayman, East made their double over 2 clubs just to show a club suit. And now I could just keep responding as I normally would. Now, if your opponents do double your conventional bids, there's a few different things that you can do. Most people will just play that their system's on, but you also do end up with extra meanings for both passing the double and also redoubling their double. You might want to talk to your partner about what they mean. Some people will play that if you pass, it's actually showing tolerance that you might actually want to play in 2 clubs doubled yourself. If you redouble, some people play that you want to play in 2 clubs redoubled. Something to talk about anyway if you're in an established partnership. There wasn't too much to the play in 4 hearts. I did get a little bit nervous at one point that if trumps broke badly, I might have a little bit of work to do. One good thing that did happen on this hand was the double actually gave me a bit more information to count out the hand, and it could mean that I basically started to get a good idea of what East's hand shape was straight from the start. Okay, on to our next one. I keep picking up these great hands. I thought it was the weekly instant tournament that gave you the best hand at the table, not hang 10. So what do we got? 16 in aces, 17, 18, 19. And I'm going to give myself, I'd almost like to give myself an extra bonus point for it being 4 aces. 4 aces is huge. I almost want to give myself a bonus point for having good points in my suits as well. I've got my queen boosting up my ace queen 4th, and my jack's also, of course, in my ace jack 5th. So I've got a decision about whether I want to open this as 2 no trumps or whether I want to open it as 1 diamond and start looking for spades. What am I going to do? I think I might open it 2 no trumps, and in all honesty, I think this is an absolute sort of maximum for 2 no trumps. It's a very nice hand. There you go, partner bids 3 no trumps, and of course we get a heart lead, just to make life difficult. Alright, so now we have to count our tricks in no trumps. So we've got our 5 club tricks off the top. We've got a diamond, a heart, and a spade. What this is going to mean at this stage is that I'm going to have to figure out if I want to take the spade finesse or if I want to take the diamond finesse to make my contract. I've got 8 top tricks, and it's going to be finding that 9th. Now, if I was playing match points, what I'd probably do is just back the diamond finesse, and that's going to be basically because of the fact that if the diamond finesse works, I'm going to get to make so many tricks. Playing in an imps competition though, I wouldn't care about the over tricks, I'd just care about making my contract. And what this basically means is that I don't care which finesse works, as long as I take the right one. David's saying view. What are we saying about, oh, did I like stay on the wrong view? I do that a lot. Haha, I'm still on it. There we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. Back to the right view for you. So just saying with this hand, I did elect to open 2 no trumps with this very, very powerful hand. Good thing I described it well to you. You probably had a good idea about it. Now you can see my play problem though. So I've got my 5 tricks in clubs and my 3 aces outside of clubs to take. So I've got 8 top tricks, and my 9th can either come from diamonds or it could come from spades. And I was just saying that at match points, I'd just back the diamonds to work, because if diamonds work, I'm going to make so many tricks. I'm going to get like 12 tricks, because I'll get 5 clubs, 5 diamonds most of the time, and 2 aces. Playing at imps though, all I want to do is make sure I ensure my contract. So playing at imps, I wouldn't actually care which finesse. I wouldn't care, even though diamonds might get me 12 and spades might only get me 9. I'd just be trying to look at which one's going to be the most likely. So just getting into the play, I'm going to duck this first heart. We'll just see what happens. I continue on. Now, it's... Talking about the heart suit, it's kind of interesting because West has led the Queen Jack. So I think I had the 10. I probably should have paid attention to that. I'm pretty sure I had the 10. No, I didn't. Cool. So West has led the Queen, which will deny the King, promise the Jack, and might have the 10. Now, typically what would happen after that is that if they had the 10, they might play out the 10 rather than the Jack, just to show partner where their sequence is going to end. So if I trusted my opponents, which I completely don't, I would say that the King and the 10 should actually be held in the East hand, because if they had Queen Jack 10, they'll probably continue with the 10 the next time. Alright, so I definitely know the Kings, or I should know the Kings with East. What I'm going to do at this stage is I'm actually going to play out all my clubs, and I'm going to see if I can just get any extra information from my opponents. So I'll win this one, play the Ace of Clubs, and we'll get going on our clubs. Okay, so far they've broken. There's only 2 more out. I'm going to pitch a spade just to keep the lots of diamond tricks option in play, I think. Alright, so we know they've pitched the 10 of spades. I don't know what their signals are. East still has to follow to one club trick. We'll see what pitches end up coming up. What am I going to do? So pitched a heart. So now I know there's only 4 hearts left out. Why are they pitching a heart? So seems weird. They're trying to protect things. You know what? They probably have both kings just to make it a bit unlucky. Alright, so at this stage, after East has pitched a diamond, they could be very, very sneaky. But I'd say they're more likely pitching a diamond because they don't have the king of diamonds. Generally, if your opponents have honors, they're going to try to keep those honors guarded with extra cards. So at the moment, I'm actually backing that I'm going to take the spade finesse. And we've also had an extra spade pitch from West, which now makes me definitely think that I want to back the spade finesse. Here we go. Beautiful. There we go. Awesome. Also, remember I got that 10 of spades pitch from the first discard by West. So what that means is even my 9 of spades is going to be a winner. Very happy here. Awesome. Alright, so I can give them the rest of the tricks. And we will take a look at this one. So I did decide to open 2 no trumps. Got a lot of sympathy for opening a diamond. One thing you might find if you do open a diamond, you might actually end up playing there. I really don't need much from partner at all to make 3 no trumps. And I've got, if partner does only have sort of that 4 points, 5 points, if I open 2 no trumps, I'm more likely to get to game than opening 1 diamond. There's a small possibility I could get passed out in a diamond, which wouldn't be very friendly at all. So I decided to open 2 no trumps, and I call this an absolute maximum for 2 no trumps. I know it's only got 19 points, so I've already upgraded it to 20 with a length point. What makes it so powerful, I've got all the aces. It means any honor in my partner's hand is bolstered up. Also, my points are in my long suit, so rather than just having, say, the ace queen of hearts, the ace queen with your 4th spade makes that more powerful, and the jack of diamonds makes that suit so much more powerful as well. So I decided to open 2 no trumps, and my partner raised me to 3 no trumps. Now we got the queen of hearts lead, so straight away I know the king's going to be over in east, and they continued with the jack. Now here I was saying at match points, what I'd do, I've got 8 top tricks. To get my 9th, I just need one of the finesses. I need a finesse in spades or a finesse in diamonds. At match points, I just take the diamond finesse every day of the week almost, because what's going to happen is it's going to be really likely I'm going to get 12 tricks out of the contract. On the contrary, even if my spade finesse works, I'm probably only looking at maybe 9 or 10 tricks. Playing at imps though, where it's just so vital to make your contract, what I think the best thing to do is cash all your clubs and just see what discards you get from your opponents. And that'll give you a better idea, because at imps, I wouldn't care which finesse, I wouldn't care if it was 9 tricks or 12, I just want to make my contract. Now, I got the 10 of spades, which was the first telling pitch from West. Then when East had to make a discard, they ended up also discarding a diamond. And one thing that you can read from your opponents is if they've got honours, a lot of the time they are going to pitch away from suits they don't have honours with. So this diamond pitch, East did have both the kings, but the diamond discard here made it more likely in my mind that the king was going to be over in West. Because West has pitched the spade, again, West won't be pitching away from honours too often, although the king won't really be in a vulnerable position here, but with king 10, they probably wouldn't pitch a spade. So I elected to go with the spade finesse instead. And of course got the cover, so that was really nice. Got my tricks and ended up just giving them 2 for 10 total tricks. Always good to take a good note of your opponent's discards, especially when you're trying to search for that trick to make your contract. Sound keeps cutting out. Possibly try, might type this actually, it doesn't make sense talking to somebody who said the sound keeps cutting out if they can't hear me. Okay, so just said if you're having problems with the sound, maybe try changing the browser and see how that goes. Alright, so on to our next one, and I'll even remember to change you back to the right view this time. I'm going to get the hang of this eventually. Again, I get an awesome hand. This is great. Alright, again a really powerful playing strength hand, a 6-4-3, naught. And very, very good suit quality for my diamond, so I'm pretty happy here. I'm just going to start off by opening a diamond and we'll see where we get to. A heart. Last thing I wanted to hear from partner. Now a lot of people here might rebid 2 diamonds to show their 6 card suit. Always still good to show your side 4 card suit. The rationale here being that if you rebid 2 diamonds, sure, partner knows about 6 of your cards. If you play the 1 spade bid as unbalanced though, I will have shown 5 diamonds and also 4 spades. So that means they know about 9 of my cards as compared to just 6 for the rebid. Now that they've come back with a no trump, what have I got? 7, 8, 9, 13. I'm going to rebid some diamonds, just trying to figure out how many diamonds. I'm pretty tempted, I think, by 3. On the rationale that, like, my hand's worth, if all goes well, my hand's worth 7 tricks to my partner. All I need them to do is have enough to have, like, an extra 2 tricks in their hand to make game. Ugh. It's a bit risky. I'm going to do it anyway. Yay, partner's in for 3 no trumps. Alright. It's a little bit risky at the moment. We'll see how they go. Oh, I think we're actually fine because they had the ace of hearts and the king of clubs. So this is beautiful. I think that gets us to our 9 tricks. My robot partner's much quicker than I am. Beautiful. 9 tricks taken plus 600. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's just such a strong playing strength hand here. The 6-4 hand shape makes it really strong. The thing that really bolsters this hand though is having that solid diamond suit. So often it's going to be worth 6 tricks. The most common distribution, if I've got 6, is they'll be 6, 3, 2, 2. And on any time that's the distribution, this suit's going to be worth 6 tricks. My ace is going to bolster up any honours my partner has in clubs. And you know what, I've bid a spade. My opponents won't lead spades. So I decided basically counting my hand as worth tricks. My hand's hopefully worth 7 tricks. If partner just has 2 to go with me, then hopefully we're going to have enough to make 3 no trumps. And my robot was there with me. They have a very, very nice hand. Just seeing if they could beat it. East got off to the heart lead. Oops, where have we gone? Sorry about that. So East got off to their heart lead. Partner just won straight away. I think partner just decided they were going to take their tricks and run on this one. They do have 6 diamond tricks, 2 clubs and a heart for 9. Just seeing if there's any way they can beat us. There's not. No. Even the poor things in spades, because the spades are blocked with the ace king, they've just got absolutely no hope. They've just got to give us 9 tricks. So pretty glad I bid 3 diamonds now, aren't I? Alright, so it seems like the iPad was having an issue. So hopefully we've now ended up off the iPad and on another device. I guess your only option for watching it is on Safari with iPad. Alright, on to the next one. See how we go. I still keep getting good hands, this is great. 11, yeah, I'll start off with spade. And a no trump by partner. So we'll just bid 2 spades. 3 spades. 10 to 12 total points. Can I bring myself to accept this invitation? Let's see exactly what I've shown. 12 to 16 total points. I probably can't. I do love accepting invitations, but let's face it, I probably am at the minimum of the range. Turns out that's probably going to be a good move. We just have 4 losers. We've got to lose the ace of spades. We have to lose the ace of clubs, and we've also got to lose 2 diamond tricks. If my opponents got off to the wrong start, I potentially might have been able to pitch a diamond on a club. So for instance, if they let a heart, I might have been able to play a club to the queen and lose. And if they played another heart or some spades, I would have been able to cross over to my clubs and discard a diamond, but they weren't that friendly. Aha, here they go with the hearts. See, now I could potentially still get to do it. Just wondering if I risk going off even in 3 if I don't draw trumps. Being that I'm only in 3, I probably shouldn't get too greedy here. And so this is the position that I was saying. I could play a club up, and if my opponents get it wrong, so if they win the ace and they played another heart, what I'd probably be able to do is I'd probably be able to play 2 clubs and discard a diamond. Just trying to think of what my risk is actually if I do that. I've got a bit of a risk that they might be able to get a trump promotion. For instance, if, I don't know, the next person's roughing a diamond. It's probably not all that high a risk, but it will be playing for my opponents to misdefend, so I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Alright, now I might end up finding myself in trouble here if they can actually get the ruff in, which could be a bit of a problem because I have no way of crossing over to my hand. They've actually done really well by not playing out the other diamond, because what would happen now, I could win the king, and if they had cashed the ace and the king of diamonds, I'd just be able to ruff a diamond back and then draw the last trump. Here though, I'm... Oh, beautiful. Cool, so they've evidently ducked the ace of clubs somewhere, which means I still get to... Yeah. Just trying to think of my positions at the moment. So I could have, at this stage, I don't think they are, but I could have the hearts are breaking 3-3. So we'll try and play for that. Oh, cool. Yay, over tricks. I get to pitch one of my losers. And then I'll get the rest. I think the defense has been a little bit soft today. So just taking a look. Now, if I was in 4, on the line that they did, so they cashed the first diamond. There we go. It looks like they underlead. They might lead king for attitude or something. I don't know what they do. If at this stage I was in 4, I'm definitely just going to play, because my losers are my ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and 2 diamonds. 4 losers off the top. If I was in 4, though, I'd have to take the best chance to make my contract that I could. And the best chance is if I can set up clubs before they cash their diamond. It is playing for misdefense completely, but it's what you have to do. If I could do that on the 3rd club, I could actually pitch the diamond. Now, I decided not to do it. As it turns out, they could have actually beaten me. Now, the way they could have beaten me, oh, maybe not. Don't worry about it. If I was a bit worried at this stage about a heart ruff, so if West did only have 2 hearts, at this stage I don't have a way back to my hand. Now, if they had cashed the ace and the king of diamonds, I would have just been able to ruff and then draw the last trump and then give up my losers. However, if at this stage West had only 2 hearts to start with, they'd now actually be void in hearts. And if that happened, East could have actually popped up with the ace and they could have played a heart and gotten their mate a ruff. But good news, hearts ended up breaking. And today that also led me to an over trick as well. So pretty happy about that. Okay, on to the next one. Here we go. This is the normal hand that I'm used to picking up. An absolutely rubbish 6 count. So back to the real world now, I guess. Alright, this looks like we are defending. Just what are we going to be defending? 3 no trumps. So what do we know? Diamond, a heart. I'm guessing 3 clubs was a strong jump shift. Yeah. Got some more hearts. They've got a fragment. So basically, the most likely thing that's going on is that West is something like a 5, 4, 3 and a singleton heart. East probably has 6 hearts. Yeah. I guess we're going to start off with the spade. Seems reasonable. No reason not to. There's a reason not to. Okay, so in defense, they're starting to set up their clubs. What do we know? Why are they trying to set up their clubs here? So just thinking, if East had good hearts and entries, they might have wanted to, for instance, unblock the ace of hearts and try working on those. It's also weird they haven't wanted to work on diamonds. They also didn't want to actually support clubs, so if I had to give East a shape, we'll give them 6 hearts. Probably 3 spades. Maybe they're something like a 3, 6, 1, 3, which is going to be a little bit frustrating, really. Probably shows the diamond was going to be right as the lead. Okay, so I'm interested that they hadn't actually played on diamonds earlier, being that they had the king. So it looks like they had a fair few entries. I have a feeling a heart was not the premium card here by my partner. But I'm gonna have to back them. There we go. Alright. And hopefully partner's got the Queen of Diamonds. That's sort of our only hope at this stage. we go. I thought they were locked in, dummy. Apparently not. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, so I got off to a spade. Not the greatest start. So I was cut off with East. They only had 5 hearts. Okay. Now, East has a few options on this hand. They want us... let's count their tricks. So they'll count 3 spades at this stage. So if they've got 3 spade tricks, they've got 2 heart tricks for 5, 6, 7 with the diamonds, and 8 with the clubs. So looking for their 9th trick, their options are going to be clubs, diamonds, and hearts. Hearts will involve a little bit of work most of the time. They ended up going for the extra club trick. Just wondering how good the clubs are compared to the diamonds. The great thing about playing on clubs rather than diamonds is any time that they do rake 3-2, you're going to be fine. With the diamonds, to get tricks going, it's probably going to be... I'd almost assume it's basically much of a muchness, because getting an extra trick out of clubs, it's basically banking on them breaking 3-2. Getting an extra trick out of diamonds is going to happen anytime they're 3-3 or anytime that I've actually got the queen in my hand. I mean, I guess you also get options of 10 Doubleton 10-9s as well. Yeah, club worked out well for them. So they crossed, they took their finesse. It was really important at that stage when they got back in with the king of diamonds. They had to take the spade finesse at that point. Now here it's actually interesting. So they unblocked their ace. If at this stage, rather than coming back a heart, they would have had to come back a heart eventually anyway. So if my partner had actually come out a spade, they would have actually knocked out the ace of spades and we would have beaten the contract, because they haven't got an entry to their hand. They can't take the finesse. We would have actually beat the contract completely. So it would have been nice for partner to return my lead, but what can you do? It also would have... So we've got the options of what would happen is that after they won the ace, if they come out a club, I get to win, and then I get to cash my 2 spades. Maybe this doesn't beat it. Maybe it just brings it to just making. So if they come out a spade, then I get an extra 3. Yeah, it'd be just making, unfortunately. But it'd be better than whatever it was we gave them, something like 10 tricks. Ugh. Okay, on to our next one, board 8. Back to good hands. 3 spades by my partner. I'm definitely going to bid 4 spades on an amazing day. If my partner has a singleton diamond, it's almost like we could make 6, but I'll just pop it into 4. Oh, wow. Partner's got a pretty good hand over there. I think they're going to make quite a few, because it looks like they're racing through, but it looks like they'll get some discards on my clubs. Maybe 11 or 12 tricks. Hopefully 12. Yeah, 12 tricks. Not that they deserve 12 tricks, but they got 12. Alright, so let's talk about what they did deserve. They deserved to lose, well, they can only lose 2 because of our... They deserve to lose 3 diamonds. They only actually lose 2 diamonds, though, because the power of the queen and the 10 and the 9 mean that we're going to win the 3rd round. So, all in all, we should lose 2 diamond tricks if we were in slam. But once they don't lead them, partner's in a great spot, because they can draw trumps, they've got the entry in the heart, and then they just get to pitch all their losers. So, well done by partner. Should have put them in 6. Nah. I'm sure East would have probably found the killing lead against 6. Okay, let's go to our next one, board 9. How are you guys going against me so far? I do have 7 out of 8 positive scores, so I'm reasonably happy so far. Alright, so 10 points. Nah, not going to do anything. That transferring, and they're playing in 3 noes. Okay, so I know the layout of the spades straight away. So I know they're 5, 4, 2, 2. So that's something I can start to work with. I know straight away both north and east have 2 spades each. So that's something I just want to put in sort of the memory bank for now. I'm going to get off to a heart lead. 10. Sweet. Okay, so far so good. We got to win the 10. So this is going to mean partner's got the jack. The ace is probably going to be an east and they're just ducking. Well, the ace will be an east because if partner had the ace, they would have played it and dropped the king. The other thing, we can now work out that east has 4 hearts. So the reason they have 4, they've already played 1. They've now played a second low one. If they only had the ace to 3, then they would have simply... oh, they could have 3. Sorry. Ignore me. They could still have 3. What do we know from the pips? Don't know if we know much from the pips, but we'll see what we find out. We know partner's got the jack. That's the important thing. Because if there was ace-jack here, they would have taken it. Which also means that we can... we'll end up... Yeah, they're going to be 4-4. We're going to get options of where we win the heart trick, the last heart trick, which we'll keep open. That's a nice card for them to have. They've probably got ace-queen tied at this stage. Or they might have, which will mean they get 5 spades. No, they don't. Alright, so just thinking, I might as well split here. Alright, now why has partner switched to a diamond? Alright, we only need 1 extra trick. Why didn't they play a heart? Alright. Maybe I should have played the queen of hearts on the second heart trick just to make it even more obvious for them. Good news, I don't think it's going to matter anyway, so hopefully we're going to be fine. And I want to win the last heart trick, so I think I do. I might end up end play. Oh, no, I can't really end play myself. That's fine. Alright, so just thinking about how I want to go about this. Queen, just trying to think if they'll basically probably be able to discard. Yeah, I think I might just cash out and exit a club. Any chance for a last one? No. Okay, so if we take a look, so against 3, now I started off with a heart. I guess I could have made life a bit easier for partner here. They came back a heart to the 8. I don't know why East put in the 8 rather than just the 6, because you never know, that 8 could have been useful. But knowing that partner's got the jack, what I thought I was able to do, I'd probably actually come out the jack if I was north in this situation with jack 10x. Just to basically... Oh, actually, no, you can see the singleton king in dummy. Don't worry about that. I just don't know why they didn't continue on with the heart's the problem. So after the queen of spades won and a split, they won ace, but they switched to a diamond here, and I don't know why they didn't just come out a heart, because if they do that, I think we might even end up with an extra trick. Maybe. Probably not, actually. Yeah, so beat 3-0. Pretty happy about that. Alright, on to the lucky last one for the day. And we're back to the usual balanced rubbish. 5, 8, 9. I do have lots of, feels like lots of 10s and 9s, which is good. We'll see what happens. No trump. Okay, now I was hoping that this didn't happen. The reason that I was hoping this didn't happen is because I am a firm believer that with 9 counts, you should just put partner in game after they open a no trump. Now, I was really hoping this didn't happen because of the fact that I'm a 4-3-3. So I'm not that... I'm kind of almost taking a point off my hand here for being a 4-3-3. But the great thing about my hand, the absolute wonderful thing about my hand is I have all these intermediates. I've got 2 9s, I've got a 10, I've got an 8, I've got a 7. This might sound a little bit desperate, but these cards are just so good in no trumps. The way that I'm sort of thinking about this hand, I'm probably just going to bid 3 no trumps because I hate inviting game. Gives the opponents information. It also means you might play in 2 no trumps. 2 no trumps is horrible. But yeah, it's a pretty tough hand. If partner has a 5-card suit, so anywhere if they have a 5-card suit, I 100% guarantee that I want to be in game. If partner doesn't have a 5-card suit though, it's probably best not to be in game. But you know what, we're going to give it a go. The other thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to use Stayman to look for a heart fit. Now, the reason for this is a big thing about playing in a fit, especially a 4-4 fit, is that our aim is we want to take roughs in both hands. So we want both hands to be able to trump something. There's where our power comes in. Normally we've got the 8 trumps, we use 3 to draw them, but then we get the power that each hand gets to have a ruff. If you're a 4-3-3, you're not going to get that ruff for your hand. So for starters, you're not getting the ruff for your hand. The second thing that you're doing is you're possibly opening up the idea of your opponents being able to beat you in defense by them ruffing something. So I'm just going to put the contract straight into 3 no trumps and see if my robot partner can boss it. Okay, so we did have a heart fit on the hand. And we'll see what happens. It's too quick for me at this stage. It's not looking too great. 7, 8. Is that our 9th trick? Oh, 8 tricks. Why? Alright, we'll have a look at it. Okay, so what have we got off the top? We've got... See, this is a thing. Partner doesn't have a 5-card suit for me. I wish they did. We've got 1 club. We've got 4 diamonds for 5 tricks. Yeah, and that's about it. So partner's going to have some work to do. They'll always be able to set up 3 tricks in hearts. What they're going to have to end up doing though is basically finding sort of a trick out of thin air. So just to think about the points, if you I mean, despite the lead, if the lead wasn't something disastrous, like if we changed our 4 points in spades, what did they lead? We'll check it out. So they led a heart, which is good for us. So on the heart lead, if you changed our 4 points in spades, instead of being the king and the jack, if you changed our 4 points to be the ace, we'd actually be 100% cold for this contract now. Because what we'd be able to do is set up our hearts by knocking out the ace. So it'll give us 3 hearts, 4 diamonds, and our 2 aces. That would have been awesome. Unfortunately though, it's not the case. So partner took their diamonds. Oh, they then switched to a heart, sorry. And unfortunately, the opponent's got the killer switch in. If they switched to a spade, that would have been nice. Or nicer. But they got that killer switch in. If they did, I mean, it's pretty obvious for West to switch to a club. It looks like their best chance of beating the contract. But if West didn't switch to a club, if they played a spade, their partner would have to switch to a club. But if they played a diamond, we would have been home because... maybe not, actually. We would have still had some work to do on spades. I'm a little hopeful there. So there you go for that last one. Really, really tough hand with that sort of... Where are we? Yeah, so really tough hand here with the 9 count. I do love bidding game when my partner opens a no trump with a 9 count. As I sort of mentioned, this hand being a 4-3-3 isn't particularly great. It will be really good for partner any time that they have a 5-card suit. So I was kind of banking on partner having a 5-card suit. What really does do it justice, though, is having sort of the 9s and 8s in the hand. So often they're going to be such useful cards, just as building up stoppers and also just giving partner more options in the card play. So if we take a look at partner's hand, what did they have? 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 16. So they were a 16, 4, 4, 3, 2. I'd also call this a very minimum for what a 16 would be. The Jack of Clubs opposite my hand, having the honours tight, wasn't so good. So the Ace Jack tight wasn't very good. A 4, 4, 3, 2, it's not as bad as a 4, triple 3, but it's a pretty average hand shape. So I'd call this a pretty average 16 count. If they had a 5-card suit, it would have been much, much nicer, and we probably would have made. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Hang 10. I think I gave you, especially on that last board, a fair bit of room to beat me on that last one. Overall, though, I probably don't think it was too bad a results. Yeah, good beating a couple of game contracts with my opponents. If I was playing them in real life, I'd be very happy having those game contracts beaten. Didn't want to be in Slam on 8. This one, we made Slam, but it's only because they didn't find the Killing Diamond lead. We could have done well against a no trump here. We could have saved a trick. This one's... yeah, I was pretty lucky to get an over trick there. I think this one was an addition of lots of over tricks in different places. Only the one red suit contract. Lots of no trumps, lots of spades, no minor suits. So I hope you enjoyed this edition of Hang 10. Thanks for watching, and our next session's going to be tomorrow morning. There won't be a night session today. So tomorrow morning we're doing the beginners feature, sort of aimed at people who've been playing for less than about 2 or 3 years. So that's from 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. There won't be a stream tomorrow afternoon, but we will have the featured lesson on training tips at the normal time on Thursday from 11 o'clock. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.